Guys, we are in Nashik. We just finished our 3-day trip together. 7 wineries in 3 days. We arrived here on Thursday and it's the weekend. Saturday, we are just closing that. Sunday, we're just going to relax and Monday, back to the grind, right? This is not my first visit. This is my third or the fourth visit. Atul has been there earlier as well. And it was a brilliant experience. A lot of learnings, and that's what we're going to share now. So Atul, because you have been here before, not once but more times, your pre-wedding shoot was in Nashik winery. What did you think about the scenario that you saw here?
Well, minus that trip, but I've been coming here since 2010. This particular trip has been overwhelming, and at the same time, I'm very proud right now with the kind of work which is going on in Nashik. I can proudly say that Nashik has become the wine country of our nation.
Right.
And the things which we have seen in our course of 3 days going to different wineries, the magnitude has increased in last 10 years from first visit till now, and we've come in between also.
Are you talking about the production quantity or the quality?
I am talking about things like, one, the passion of winemakers. I have seen all Indian winemakers. I have not seen any foreign face making wines here.
That's right.
That may be used in and out, but people who are making wines are all Indians.
That's right.
Second, I have seen the number of the diversity that has increased. We are talking about more than 20 different grape varietals being planted now, and there are more which are into experiment. Third, that not only the volumes have increased and the consumption have increased, but also the quality levels. We are very, very happy with the kind of right techniques being used, and people have really learned in the last 10 years, and they are doing the right thing now.
So I think we guys should now consciously wake up and start looking at Indian produce as a quality produce. We guys are winning accolades everywhere. Indian wines are reaching outside of the country as well. I think it's time that we gather more respect. And talking about that, I think it's important that the consumers also come to the wineries in the valley and see that. So to that effect, did you see anything?
Like for me, it was pretty much like whatever I saw at different wineries. It was nice. It was nice to see families. It was nice to see people from different generations sitting over there, sipping on wines, accepting it as its own, embracing it. For me, that is just taking that taboo off and making it part of the culture. And I just believe that's a matter of time that wine would be the go-to drink for everybody at home.
Definitely.
Isn't it nice to see that the entire family is drinking out of the same bottle and saying, what do you think about this?
Even in the fast-paced cities, we don't see this culture.
Right.
But because this has become the part of culture in this wine country, Nashik, and it's part of the culture of the people now. Well, people in cities don't even know. They're still thinking this is only happening in France and Italy, maybe.
Not in the 5-star hotel. We visited the local restaurant, the small restaurant.
The smaller restaurant.
And they were jam-packed with customers drinking wines.
And Sahil, first of all, congratulations on being the one of the new certified sommeliers in the country.
Thank you.
Cheers. So Atul is a certified sommelier. I am one. Sahil is one. Akash, you like do something in life, man.
I will.
Very well. Sahil, this was your first visit to Nashik.
This was my first
What was
visit.
your impression?
My perception has changed completely. So moving from a city to a vineyard, what we receive on our tables in our cities is totally different, is completely different from what we are getting here. So wines are more structured, wines are fruity, fresh, and I guess that logistics and the transportation and everything needs to be sorted, needs to be more aligned to understand the perception, to understand the winemaking expression. And it is really important for us to see. And
that's right. I think there's a lot of effort that goes in just bringing a good liquid in the bottle.
Absolutely.
A lot of science, a lot of technology, a lot of understanding, education. There's masters and graduations in wine technology, right? If you put that in the bottle, but the bottle does not go to the deliver the same message to the consumer, I think somewhere it's a little disappointing to see that.
Before all of that, I believe now Nashik land was a gold, which is now being explored even further.
That's right.
My one take from this trip is, if I'm going to pick any bottle below 2,000 rupees from any shelves from retail, it has to be an Indian wine, because there is a lot of variety and there is plenty which is available.
I think you name a wine and probably we at least, either if we are not producing it, we are trying to produce that sort of a style, isn't it? And you know what you said, extracting gold and exploiting that opportunity. I think we saw that, of course, the Shiraz, the Chenin, the Sauvignons, the Chardonnays have been in there for a very long time. When I came here for the first time in 2009, after coming back from Australia, I also looked down upon Indian wines, and we thought, no, this is not right. Let's go to the wineries and try to educate ourselves. Cabernet Sauvignon was the crown jewel. Actually, Shiraz was the crown jewel then. And when we came in 2014 together, we saw Cabernet on the rise. And I think now in 2020, I see the wines have developed to that level. And now efforts are being made in other directions as well. Shiraz has always been there. It's a hotter country, so it makes sense. But the winemakers this time said pretty much unanimously that they want to now put their bets on Shiraz, and that's what's going to put wines of India on the international platform. And talking about international platform, we guys are bringing a lot of international grapes here. We saw Grenache, Mourvedre, somebody mentioned Petit Verdot. Tempranillo has been accepted as a grape of India. We can identify with it. In the whites, there is Gewürztraminer that other wineries have tried, and Nashik is now waking up to it. There was talks about Moscato. There were talks about, somebody mentioned Semillon has been there. Somebody mentioned Pinot Grigio as well. So Pinot Grigio. Right?
And by the way,
no, that's it.
By the way, we tasted some of the finest barrel samples and unique samples, and something you don't get in markets or any of the retail sold. That was something unique. That
and we also went to one of the wineries that only has 15 acres, and they're growing, I think, around 12 or 13 varietals within that 15 acres and doing a commendable job of it. So I think in the times to come, as you also mentioned, we produce pretty much everything, or we are trying to do it. There's just so much promise in the future. And as we always say when we start a wine journey, you have to try more and more and more, again and again, to fix that in your head that this is what a good quality wine is. And we'll have to do it with these new varietals and wine styles as well. And so I think overall, a very successful trip, isn't it?
Very happy.
I'll be more than happy to be a brand ambassador of wine.
I think this is a holiday destination to look forward to.
If you are a wine enthusiast, you should definitely come here and experience this sort of experience. And
there's a commendable amount of effort that has been put into that, right?
And
so
get an empty suitcase, because you would need a lot of bottles to take home.
And a jacket. It can be cold.
It can be
So cheers, guys. I think thanks a lot for being a great companion, and thanks to all the winemakers who assisted us in educating ourselves. Thanks to the brilliant product in the bottles, and thanks to great weather, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So cheers, guys. We hope you will look at Indian wines in a more respectful manner now, a little more deserving produce on the table. And as we all said, you're not getting paid to say that, but do come here, do visit the wineries, try and see the freshest produce that you get here, and enjoy that. So cheers, guys.
cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.